Okay, welcome to a deep dive. Today we're opening up a particular corner of the English language, looking at a collection of words and phrases that act like, well, specific tools.
Tools is a good way to put it.
Yeah, they help us describe distinct kinds of experiences and observations, how we relax, the unique character of certain places,
Letting things grow successfully.
right, that dynamic process, and also that simple, um, undirected pleasure of just moving through the world, exploring without a real plan.
Think of these not just as like dictionary definitions, but more as keys. Each one unlocks a slightly different way of seeing or feeling something.
Okay.
They add detail, texture to your descriptions. And when you really get the nuances these words carry, you can paint a much more accurate and frankly more evocative picture, whether you're talking about winding down after a long day or describing some ancient street.
Absolutely. So our mission today is to really unpack what these specific terms mean, explore the different situations where you actually use them, and get a real feel for why they're so effective at conveying their particular shades of meaning.
Exactly. We want you to walk away feeling more equipped, basically, with a clearer sense of how to wield these linguistic tools yourself.
Perfect. So let's just dive right into our first term then.
Let's do it.
We're starting with a phrase that's pretty much all about kicking back and unwinding.
Chill out.
Chill out. A classic. And that's a really common one, isn't it?
Definitely.
As a phrasal verb, and right away, that tells you something about its style. It has a very casual, very informal kind of vibe.
Exactly. The core idea is simple enough to relax completely, maybe calm down, or just to spend time doing something that feels relaxing and easy. But chill out specifically brings with it this feeling of being, unhurried, comfortable, and definitely not stressed. It's sort of the go-to phrase for informal de-stressing.
It really is. It's that opposite of being wound up or frantic, isn't it?
So let's look at some ways you'll hear it used. A classic one is talking about unwinding after work or a tough day. After a stressful day, I just want to chill out on the couch with a good book.
Yeah, that sentence perfectly captures the desire for that deep, restorative relaxation. It's needed after a period of significant stress.
Right.
It's not just passive rest. It feels like an active choice to just disengage and find comfort in something simple.
It paints a very specific picture, doesn't it? Easing tension, unplugging.
Or think about when someone is getting maybe a bit worked up about something, an exam perhaps.
Oh, yeah. You might hear someone say, hey, just chill out. Don't worry so much about the exam. Or maybe he told his friend to chill out.
Right. And in that context, chill out isn't about choosing a leisure activity, is it? It's direct advice.
Exactly. It's an instruction almost. Calm down. Stop that anxiety loop that's spinning in your head.
So it's an interpersonal use then, trying to reduce someone else's stress right there in the moment.
Precisely. Very common in that way. You can also use it to describe shared, relaxed time, like with friends.
How so?
Like, we decided to chill out by the pool all afternoon.
Okay. So that shows planning a leisurely, unhurried block of time. It's specifically dedicated to relaxation.
Yeah, often with others, and usually in a place we associate with leisure, like a pool or a beach.
It implies letting go of schedules, right? Just enjoying the moment and the setting together.
Absolutely. And often the simplest activities get described this way too.
Like what?
Sometimes the best thing to do is just chill out and listen to some music.
That example highlights how chill out can apply to very straightforward personal things. Activities that require little effort but are, highly effective for unwinding.
Right. It reinforces the idea that relaxation doesn't have to be complicated or expensive, just simple.
Yeah, just finding that easy comfort. It's also common when someone's anticipating a stressful event, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. Like before a job interview or a presentation.
You might hear, I need to chill out before my interview.
Exactly. And that usage is specifically about managing those pre-event nerves, butterflies in the stomach kind of thing.
So it's about actively trying to calm your system down, both mentally and physically.
Yes. Before that important moment where you need to be centered and, composed, find your cool.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
What about choosing how to spend an evening?
Yeah. You might use it to express a preference for a quiet night in.
Like, let's just chill out at home tonight instead of going out.
Perfect example. That's choosing comfort and ease in a familiar environment over maybe the energy or the effort or just the general stimulation involved in going out.
Right. It emphasizes a desire for a low-key, relaxed experience, staying in your comfort zone.
Interestingly, chill out can even refer to something more permanent, like a personality trait or a long-term change.
Really? How does that work?
Well, you might say he learned to chill out more as he got older.
Ah, okay. So that goes beyond just a single instance of relaxing.
Exactly. It describes a shift in someone's whole disposition over time, becoming a more relaxed person, maybe less reactive, generally more easygoing.
So it's about a fundamental change in how they handle stress and life in general.
That's it. A long-term mellowing, if you will.
Or sometimes it's just a gentle reminder to be present, right? Like, can we just chill out and enjoy the moment?
Yes, that's a lovely use. It's a request to just pause, stop rushing, stop worrying about the future or dwelling on the past.
And just appreciate the current experience.
Exactly. Without the pressure, it brings that feeling of chill right into the appreciation of the present moment.
You also hear it combined with other actions like chill out and breathe deeply.
Yeah, that's common advice, pairing the phrase with a specific relaxation technique. It reinforces the calming aspect.
Or maybe let's chill out and watch the stars, planning a peaceful activity.
Right, planning a specific, calm, often outdoor activity focused on just being relaxed and observant.
And people connect it to specific hobbies too, like she finds that gardening helps her chill out.
Absolutely. It describes a particular activity that someone finds personally relaxing or therapeutic. Could be gardening, drawing, playing an instrument.
So he finds that drawing helps him chill out after a long day. That fits perfectly.
Precisely. It's a creative outlet used specifically for winding down.
What about using it as reassurance, like you need to chill out, everything is under control?
That's another key interpersonal use. It's a reassuring phrase used to reduce someone else's anxiety by telling them the situation is okay.
So calming someone down by giving them confidence, things are handled.
Yeah, and sometimes it's about recovery from something specific, like travel. After that long flight, I really need to chill out for a bit.
So relaxation needed specifically for rest and recovery from the journey itself.
Exactly, or planning a relaxed group activity. He suggested they chill out with a movie marathon.
Just settling in for a long, relaxed session, no pressure.
Right, and you even hear it describing a general state over a period like, we just hung out and chilled out all weekend.
Meaning you spent the whole weekend in a relaxed, easygoing manner without much planned.
Pretty much. Or someone actively working on their personality. He's trying to chill out more and not let things bother him.
So consciously working on being less reactive to stress and external annoyances.
Yes, a deliberate effort to cultivate a calmer state.
And sometimes it's linked to physical comfort, like sometimes a warm bath is all you need to chill out.
Yeah, connecting it directly to a physical act known for being calming and relaxing.
Wow. So when you look at all these examples from, advice to someone stressed, to describing an activity, to talking about a whole life change,
Yeah, you really see the incredible versatility of chill out.
it's just a really efficient way to convey that sense of informal, comfortable relaxation or calming down, isn't it?
Totally. It's applicable in a huge range of contexts, whether it's about a few minutes alone, an afternoon with friends, or even a lifelong approach to stress.
It really captures that universal human need to sometimes just take a breath and relax, let it go.
Spot on. Okay, moving from those personal states of relaxation to describing the physical world around us. Our next word paints a very specific picture.
Cobbled.
Cobbled. Okay, yeah, that's an adjective. And it immediately brings a particular texture and atmosphere to mind, doesn't it?
It really does. It means a surface, typically a street or an alley, maybe a courtyard that's paved with cobblestones.
And cobblestones are those naturally rounded stones, right? Not cut blocks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Often river rocks, smoothed by water over time, and then fitted together to make a surface.
The implication is pretty powerful. It conjures images of history, definitely. Old world charm, tradition.
Mm-hmm. It often suggests a place that feels maybe a bit slower, sometimes even romantic.
But also, practically speaking, potentially uneven underfoot. That's part of it too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Which is part of the charm for some and maybe a minor obstacle for others, depending on your shoes.
Huh. Yeah, definitely. It's a surface with real character. Think about this use. We walked along the cobbled streets of the old town. Yeah, that single word cobbled does so much descriptive work there. It instantly establishes a historic setting.
It suggests narrow lanes, maybe, a sense of stepping back in time, quite different from just saying stone streets, or definitely different from smooth asphalt.
Very different. It also highlights texture and aesthetic quality. Like, the courtyard was beautifully cobbled with smooth gray stones.
Okay, so here cobbled emphasizes the visual And maybe the tactile quality of the paving.
Right. It's not just paved. It's paved with these specific rounded stones, maybe arranged with care, creating a specific aesthetic appeal that feels classic and natural.
And these kinds of surfaces are often defining features of historic areas, aren't they?
Very much so.
Right.
Many European cities have cobbled alleys that are popular with tourists.
So it acts as a descriptor for that type of charming, often narrow passage you find in older urban centers.
Exactly. The word cobbled tells you this isn't some modern shortcut. It's a historic lane with a distinct look and feel that people actually seek out.
Right. And as you mentioned, there's the practical reality, the unevenness.
Yeah, like her high heels struggled on the uneven cobbled pathway.
That example is great because it brings in the experience of interacting with that surface.
Totally. It highlights the unevenness, the challenge it poses for certain footwear or maybe bicycles or rollerblades.
Yeah, adds that layer of lived reality to the description. It's not just pretty, it can be tricky.
It can describe larger spaces too, of course. The ancient market square was entirely cobbled.
Okay, so that paints a picture of a significant public space, maybe where people have gathered for centuries, and it's kept its traditional paving.
Right. Cobbled here emphasizes its historical continuity and maybe its role as a central foundational element of the community.
You mentioned the look and feel, but what about sound?
Ah, good point. The sound is also unique. Think about this. The sound of horse hooves on the cobbled road echoed through the morning mist.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a wonderful sensory detail. The word cobbled immediately brings to mind a specific kind of resonant sound.
Exactly. Distinct to that surface, it adds an auditory layer to the description, often enhances a sense of historical authenticity or maybe a particular atmosphere like the quiet of that misty morning.
It's often used to characterize a whole area, too, right?
Definitely. This part of the city is known for its cobbled streets and historic buildings.
So here, cobbled is presented as a key feature, something that defines a whole district.
Yeah, it signals to the listener that this area's identity is tied to its traditional architecture and paving, sets it apart from maybe newer parts of the city.
Even smaller, private spaces can feel special if they're cobbled.
True, the restaurant had a small cobbled patio perfect for outdoor dining.
Describing an outdoor area with cobbled flooring definitely adds to its charm and ambience.
Yeah, suggests a cozy, maybe European-style atmosphere that enhances the whole dining experience, makes it feel a bit more special.
And you see it used when contrasting surfaces as well.
Right, like they decided to rollerblade on the smooth, modern paths instead of the cobbled ones.
Ah, okay, so that highlights the functional difference. Cobbled becomes the descriptor for the surface you avoid if you need something flat and smooth.
Exactly. It reinforces its distinctive, less uniform texture. Practical implications again.
You also see specific features described this way, like a bridge. We stop to admire the quaintness of the cobbled bridge.
Yes. Describing the bridge itself as being made with these charming rounded stones adds to its picturesque quality, enhances that quaint feeling.
Or maybe describing a desired feature. Her dream home included a garden with a cobbled walkway.
Yeah, using it to paint a picture of a desired charming stone path in a garden setting, it sets a specific aesthetic goal.
And sometimes it's about preservation. The village preserved its original cobbled roads for historical authenticity.
Right, maintaining those traditional stone roads specifically because of their heritage value, a conscious choice.
What about the patterns? Can cobbled surfaces have patterns?
They often do. The guide pointed out the unique patterns in the cobbled lane. The way the stones are set can create distinct designs, making the surface interesting to observe up close.
And the combination of cobbled and, say, a hill.
Oof, yeah. Navigating the cobbled hill was challenging on a bicycle. That combines the difficulty of an uphill slope with that uneven stone surface. Double challenge.
It must be interesting for artists, too. The artist sketched the details of the cobbled alleyway.
For sure. The word describes that unique texture of the stone passage that an artist would want to capture. The light and shadow play differently on it.
And finding quieter spots. They enjoyed the ambiance of the cobbled side streets away from the main road.
Yeah, describing those quiet stone-paved lanes offering a pleasant atmosphere, distinct from busier main roads, a bit of an escape.
Even weather can change the look.
Hmm.
The rain made the cobbled plaza shimmer under the streetlights.
Lovely visual. Illustrates the effect of light reflecting off a wet stone square. Gives it a whole different mood.
So cobbled is really much more than just saying something is paved with stone.
Absolutely. It's a word rich with associations, history, texture, sound, charm, a certain physical reality, sometimes even difficulty.
It adds immediate depth to the description of a place, doesn't it? It sort of transports the listener to a specific kind of environment that feels steeped in the past and has a unique character.
Precisely, a very evocative adjective. Okay, let's shift gears again. From describing physical places to describing variety and difference with the adjective diverse.
Diverse, right. That's a word we hear a lot these days. And its core meaning seems quite clear, showing a great deal of variety, being very different.
That's the essence of it. The key implication of diverse is that it highlights the presence of a wide range of different things or elements within a group, a collection, or maybe a system.
And often, especially in modern usage, it seems to carry a positive connotation.
Very often, yes. It suggests that this variety brings richness, strength, or maybe greater capability. It's not just different. The difference is often seen as a plus.
It's about acknowledging and often valuing those differences. A very common application is describing populations.
Yes. The city has a diverse population with people from all over the world.
So this describes the inhabitants of a city as representing many different backgrounds, ethnicities, cultures, origins.
Exactly. It's not just saying it's mixed, it's emphasizing the breadth of that variety, suggesting it contributes to the city's unique character and maybe its vibrancy.
What about in creative fields?
You might hear. The art exhibition featured a diverse collection of paintings.
Okay, so that tells you the exhibition didn't just focus on one style or one period or one artist.
Right. It included a wide variety, suggesting a broad range of perspectives or techniques for the viewer to experience, something for everyone, perhaps.
In professional settings, you mentioned capability.
Yeah, it speaks to capability. Our team has a diverse set of skills, which helps us solve complex problems.
So this use highlights how having a team where members possess a wide range of different abilities or experiences or knowledge bases makes them more effective.
Precisely. Especially when tackling challenging or multifaceted issues. The idea is that the variety of skills is a collective strength. More tools in the toolbox.
Nature, of course, is full of diversity.
Absolutely. The rainforest is home to a diverse array of plant and animal life.
That describes an ecosystem containing a vast number of different species.
And crucially, it's not just many plants and animals, but many types of them. That variety, that biodiversity, contributes to the health and resilience of the ecosystem itself.
Personal interests can be diverse, too.
For sure. He enjoys listening to a diverse range of music, from classical to rock.
So that describes someone whose musical tastes are broad,
Yeah.
varied across different genres.
Yeah, it signifies an openness and appreciation for different kinds of musical expression, not just sticking to one thing.
When we talk about food options,
The menu offered a diverse selection of dishes to suit all tastes.
okay, so the food choices were varied enough to appeal to many different preferences, maybe dietary needs or culinary interests.
Exactly. It implies an effort by the restaurant, perhaps, to cater to a wide range of palates. Lots of choice.
Educational environments often emphasize diversity as well.
They do. The classroom had a diverse mix of students, creating a rich learning environment.
So the idea here is that students from different backgrounds with varied life experiences and perspectives actually enhance the educational atmosphere.
That's the thinking. They bring different questions, different insights, making the learning experience potentially richer and more well-rounded for everyone involved.
And in business, there's a big focus on workforce diversity now.
Yes. Companies are increasingly seeking a more diverse workforce.
This refers to businesses actively looking to hire employees who come from different backgrounds, have different experiences, bring different perspectives.
Right. The idea generally is that this leads to better decision-making, maybe more innovation, and perhaps a stronger connection with an equally diverse customer base.
What about diversity of thought? Is that different?
It's related, but maybe more focused on the cognitive aspect. Like, the research team approached the problem from a diverse set of perspectives.
Okay. So that means they didn't look at the issue from just one angle, like purely scientifically or purely economically.
Exactly. They considered it from many different viewpoints, drawing on various fields of study or ways of thinking. The goal is often more comprehensive solutions.
Even landscapes can be diverse, you mentioned.
Yeah. The landscape was incredibly diverse, ranging from desert to mountains.
So this describes a natural environment that features a wide variety of terrain types, maybe different ecological zones, all within a relatively contained area.
Right. Highlighting the visual and environmental richness and variety of the region.
It can apply to products or customers, too. The store caters to a diverse clientele, offering products for every age group.
Absolutely. Explaining that a shop serves customers of all different ages, maybe backgrounds, with a varied range of products to match.
Or even arguments. He presented a diverse argument, covering many different angles of the issue.
Yeah, discussing an issue by including a wide range of points, maybe considering different stakeholder views or potential outcomes, a well-rounded argument.
And museums often showcase diversity. The museum displayed artifacts from many diverse historical periods.
Good example. Describing exhibits that represent many different eras of history, showing breadth rather than focusing on just one time period.
So promoting diverse viewpoints is seen as beneficial.
Generally, yes. Promoting a diverse viewpoint helps in making better decisions. The underlying idea is that considering varied opinions and perspectives leads to more robust and well-considered outcomes.
So diverse is a really powerful word, isn't it? It champions variety.
It really does. It's powerful because it can apply to people, ideas, skills, natural environments, collections of things, pretty much anything where variety exists.
And it often implies that this variety is beneficial or enriching or a source of strength.
That's often the connotation, yes. It emphasizes the range and difference within a group or system, and how that difference frequently adds value or interest.
Okay, let's loop back towards relaxation, but maybe with a slightly different nuance now. Let's talk about the phrase, take it easy.
Ah, take it easy. Another incredibly common one, often used as advice, much like chill out sometimes.
Right, it's an idiom or maybe phrasal verb, depending on how you look at it.
Its core meaning is similar to chill out in that it involves relaxing or calming down,
Mm-hmm.
but it also strongly includes the idea of avoiding working too hard, or maybe dealing with a situation calmly without excessive effort or stress.
Okay, so there's an element of don't overdo it, maybe.
Exactly. It often serves as a recommendation for less exertion, more moderation, or just a deliberate, calm approach to circumstances. It's that gentle suggestion to not push yourself quite so hard or get too stressed out.
A very frequent use seems to be in the context of recovery from illness or injury.
Oh, absolutely. After your surgery, you need to take it easy for a few weeks.
That's pretty direct medical advice, isn't it? It means you need to rest, limit physical activity, avoid anything strenuous.
Yeah, to allow your body to heal properly. It's a clear instruction for physical recovery. Don't rush back into things.
But it can be used in a much less critical context too, right? Just offering someone a break from tasks.
Definitely. Like, just take it easy tonight. Don't worry about cooking.
Ah, okay. So that means someone is giving you permission, essentially, to relax and not feel obligated to do specific chores.
Right. It's an invitation to lighten your load for a bit. Let someone else handle it or just let it go for tonight.
It can also mean being gentle with other people, can't it?
Yes, absolutely. I told him to take it easy on the new employees.
So this is advice to someone who might be being a bit too demanding or maybe too critical?
Exactly. It means be more patient, be more understanding, maybe be less harsh with people who are still learning the ropes or adjusting to a new situation. Give them a break.
What about when you notice someone is clearly, burning out?
That's a perfect time for it. You've been working too hard. It's time to take it easy for a while.
This frames take it easy as really necessary advice because someone is obviously overworking.
Yeah. It's a call to reduce their workload, prioritize rest and recovery before they become completely exhausted or ill. A warning, almost.
People use it just to describe their plans for free time, too.
All the time. I'm just going to take it easy this weekend and stay home.
So this describes a conscious plan to have a relaxed weekend, no packed schedule, no strenuous activities.
Right. It's about choosing leisure and calm, often within your own space. Low key is the goal.
And in a moment of panic or maybe just rush.
Yeah, you might say, take it easy, there's no need to rush.
So that's used to calm someone down who is feeling pressured or maybe hurried unnecessarily.
Exactly. It's an assurance that they can slow down, that the situation doesn't require frantic action. Breathe.
It can describe a deliberate lifestyle change too, you mentioned. Similar to chill out becoming a trait.
Yes. He learned to take it easy after his doctor advised him to reduce stress.
So this links the phrase to adopting a more relaxed approach to life as a long-term strategy.
Right. Often motivated by health reasons, like managing blood pressure or anxiety. It shows it can describe an ongoing way of being, not just a temporary state.
What about advice relating to specific actions like driving?
Oh, yeah. When you're driving, take it easy around those sharp turns.
So it's advice to drive carefully and maybe more slowly in a particular situation that requires caution.
Precisely. Moderation in speed or approach.
You can also use it when advising moderation with consumption or habits, right?
Mm-hmm. She decided to take it easy on the sweets after her New Year's resolution.
Okay, so this means she chose to consume sweets less frequently or maybe in smaller quantities.
Yeah, it's about exercising restraint and moderation, not necessarily complete abstinence, just cutting back a bit.
What about giving feedback or criticism?
Good one. Take it easy with the criticism. He's doing his best.
So this is advice to someone giving feedback to maybe be less harsh or less critical.
Exactly. Suggesting they should be more gentle, more considerate, especially when the other person is genuinely putting in effort. Tone it down a bit.
It can be used very generally, too, almost like life advice.
Oh, absolutely. My grandmother always tells me to take it easy and enjoy life.
That's a broad, almost philosophical use, isn't it?
It is. Encouraging someone to relax more generally, not worry excessively about minor things, and just appreciate the moments in life rather than constantly striving or stressing. Find that balance.
It's also used when dealing with something new or challenging, like software. Just take it easy with the new software. It has a learning curve.
Yes. That means be patient with yourself or with the thing. Don't expect instant mastery. Allow time for learning. Go slow.
Or after intense effort. After the marathon, all I wanted to do was take it easy.
Perfect example. The desire to rest and recover completely after a really physically strenuous event.
And being kind to yourself. Take it easy on yourself. You're doing great.
Yeah, that's self-compassion advice. Be gentle and less self-critical. Acknowledge your effort.
Or describing a relaxed afternoon. They spent the whole afternoon just taking it easy by the lake.
Just relaxing peacefully by the water for an extended period. No stress, no agenda.
Wow. Take it easy is incredibly adaptable, isn't it? It covers so much ground.
It really does. It can mean physical rest, calming down mentally, being gentle with others, exercising moderation, or adopting a less stressful approach to life overall.
It's a really versatile phrase for recommending a less demanding, more relaxed way of being or acting in almost any scenario you can think of.
Absolutely. Whether just for a moment or a day or even a whole life philosophy, very useful phrase.
Okay, great. Let's transition now from relaxing and being gentle to growing and succeeding vigorously. Let's look at the word flourishing.
Flourishing. Yes, that's an adjective that carries a very strong positive meaning, all about growth and vitality.
Its core meaning is something like developing rapidly and successfully, thriving. Is that right?
That's spot on. The implication is a state of really healthy, vigorous, impressive growth, prosperity, vitality. It's more than just basic growing or surviving. It's growing well and succeeding in a noticeable, often impressive way. Things are going great.
It's often used for businesses, especially new ones, isn't it?
Very common. The startup quickly became a flourishing business, expanding rapidly.
So this describes a new company experiencing really fast and successful growth.
Exactly. Flourishing emphasizes both the speed and the strong positive outcome of its development. It paints a picture of dynamic success, not just getting by.
In nature, it connects to vigorous plant life, right?
Oh, definitely. The garden is absolutely flourishing this spring with all the flowers in bloom.
That paints such a vibrant picture. It means the plants are growing exceptionally well, looking super healthy, producing an abundance of flowers or fruit.
Yeah, it's a visual representation of thriving, successful growth in a very literal sense. Everything's bursting with life.
What about applying it to economies or regions?
You can. The local economy is flourishing thanks to new investments.
So this applies flourishing to a region's financial health.
Right. It indicates that the economy is prospering significantly. You'd expect to see maybe increased jobs, more business activity, generally more wealth circulating.
And the example links it directly to a cause, the new investments driving that vigorous growth.
Exactly. It often implies there's a reason behind the success.
You can describe someone's career as flourishing, too.
Yes. She has a flourishing career as a jazz singer.
So this means her professional life is highly successful. It's developing really positively.
Yeah, it suggests she's maybe gaining recognition, getting more opportunities, perhaps critical acclaim. Her artistic path is thriving and expanding. Things are really taking off for her.
Can we use it for historical periods?
We can. The ancient civilization was flourishing before its decline.
Okay, so this describes a historical society when it was at a peak. A golden age, perhaps.
Exactly. A peak of its power or prosperity or cultural achievement. It marks a period of great vitality and success before, well, circumstances changed and led to its decline.
It can also highlight resilience, can't it? Succeeding against the odds.
Yes. That's a powerful use. Despite the challenges, the small bookstore is still flourishing.
So flourishing here isn't just for easy situations. It highlights a business that's not just surviving, but actively succeeding and maybe even growing even when facing significant difficulties.
Right. It speaks to resilience, successful adaptation, finding a way to thrive against the current.
Ecosystems can be described as flourishing when they're healthy.
Mm-hmm. The flourishing ecosystem of the coral reef supports countless marine species.
So this describes a natural environment, in this case, underwater, that is healthy, vibrant, robust enough to sustain a large number and variety of life forms.
Yeah, it implies ecological success and vitality, a thriving, balanced system.
What about returning to a place after being away?
You might observe changes. He returned to find his hometown a much more flourishing place than he remembered.
So describing a hometown that is significantly improved, it's thriving compared to how it was in the past.
Exactly. Suggests growth, prosperity, a general sense of vitality, new businesses perhaps that wasn't present before.
Can abstract things flourish, like ideas?
Absolutely. Her creative ideas are constantly flourishing.
Okay, so this applies flourishing to abstract concepts. I mean, she's continuously generating new, innovative, successful concepts.
Yes, highlighting the vitality and productivity of her creative process. Ideas aren't just there, they're growing, developing, leading to results.
And you can connect flourishing to specific actions or strategies.
You can. The business is flourishing after implementing innovative strategies.
So drawing a direct link between adopting new, maybe creative approaches and the company then experiencing significant success and growth.
Right. It shows that flourishing can be a result of deliberate action, smart planning, successful change.
And you mentioned health before with Take It Easy. Can health flourish?
It certainly can. His health is flourishing since he started eating well and exercising.
Okay, so applying flourishing to someone's overall well-being, indicating significant improvement.
Yeah, that their health is significantly improving and thriving as a direct result of adopting healthy habits. It's a very positive way to describe a state of excellent health and vitality.
You might see it used for specific populations too, like wildlife. We observed a flourishing population of birds in the nature reserve.
Yes, noting a healthy and maybe increasing number of birds in a protected area, indicating the environment is good for them.
Or academic programs. The university's research programs are flourishing.
Right. Academic studies that are growing, attracting funding, producing significant results, achieving success.
And community projects. It's wonderful to see such a flourishing community garden.
Yeah, describing a shared garden that is thriving, productive, well used by the community. A success story.
Even a whole scene or culture. The art scene in the city is truly flourishing. Or the flourishing startup culture attracts young entrepreneurs.
Both great examples. Describing the artistic community experiencing significant growth and success, or a successful environment for new businesses drawing in founders because it's so vibrant and supportive.
So flourishing is a really dynamic word. It signifies much more than just basic existence or slow growth.
Exactly. It means growing vigorously, succeeding impressively, possessing a strong sense of vitality.
Whether it's a physical entity like a plant or a business, or something more abstract like an idea, a career, or a state of being like health.
It really captures that sense of vibrant, successful development across a wide spectrum of applications. It's a word signifying dynamic success. Things are going really well.
Okay, great. Let's wrap up our vocabulary exploration for today with a phrase that brings us back to relaxed movement and discovery. Go for a wander.
Go for a wander. That's a lovely idiom, isn't it? Perfectly describes a particular kind of walk.
It really does. So to go for a wander means to take a leisurely and crucially aimless walk.
Right. The defining characteristic is the lack of a specific destination or goal. It's often done purely for pleasure or maybe just casual exploration.
The implication seems to be spontaneity, relaxation, an unhurried approach to movement.
That's it, exactly. You're not trying to get somewhere specific. You're enjoying the act of moving through your surroundings and just seeing what you notice.
It's all about the journey, not the destination, as they say.
Pretty much encapsulates it. So a classic use is maybe after a meal or when you just have some free time.
Like after lunch, we decided to go for a wander around the park.
Yeah. That means taking a relaxed stroll in a familiar or pleasant location, like a park, with no specific goal other than enjoying the space, the fresh air, the movement itself.
Or exploring a specific place, but without a plan.
Exactly. She loves to just go for a wander through the old market on weekends.
This highlights enjoying that leisurely exploration of a particular area, like a market, without necessarily planning to buy anything specific.
Right, just soaking in the atmosphere, browsing casually, seeing what catches your eye.
It really embodies that spirit of aimlessness, doesn't it?
It does. Like, let's go for a wander and see where the path takes us.
That's a beautiful expression of spontaneity and just being open to discovery.
Yeah, it suggests taking an unhurried walk with the explicit intention of discovering whatever comes your way. Letting curiosity be your guide, not a map or a plan.
People often do it to clear their heads too, right?
Very common. He often goes for a wander when he needs to clear his head.
So this connects the act of aimless walking to a mental purpose, using the physical activity to relax, think, process things.
Exactly. Gain clarity. It's a form of active meditation for many people.
Yeah.
The rhythm of walking helps.
As a travel strategy, it seems highly recommended.
Oh, yeah. The best way to discover a new city is to just go for a wander.
So this frames going for a wander as maybe the most effective way to truly experience a new place.
That's the idea. It suggests that by letting yourself get a little lost, explore without a fixed itinerary, you'll stumble upon hidden gems, see real neighborhoods, get a more authentic feel for the city beyond the main tourist spots.
Sometimes the pleasure is just in the lack of obligation itself.
Totally. Sometimes it's nice to just go for a wander without any plans.
That points out the inherent pleasure of a relaxed walk that's free from any schedules or pressures or specific goals.
Yeah, just the simple freedom of undirected movement. No need to achieve anything.
Can you go for a wander with a specific but maybe flexible purpose, like photography?
Absolutely. I often go for a wander with my camera to capture interesting sights.
So combining the aimless walk with a hobby. The lack of a set route allows for serendipitous discovery of visually interesting subjects.
Exactly. The wander actually facilitates the creative pursuit in that case. You're open to whatever you find.
It can be as simple as just enjoying the environment.
Sure, let's just go for a wander and enjoy the fresh air.
So framing the walk primarily as a way to appreciate the physical surroundings, maybe benefit from being outdoors.
Right. The lack of a destination means the focus is entirely on the present experience, the air, the sights, the sounds.
And you can suggest it as a joint activity. He invited her to go for a wander along the riverbank.
Yeah, suggesting a relaxed, shared walk beside a river or through a park. A nice low-pressure way to spend time together.
Even a daily habit. My grandmother used to go for a wander through her garden every morning.
Describes taking a gentle stroll through a familiar place daily, perhaps as a routine for light exercise or just appreciation.
And it's good for conversation. We spent the whole afternoon just going for a wander and talking.
Yeah, spending time walking aimlessly, specifically, while also chatting. The walking often makes conversation flow easily.
Good weather can prompt it too. It's a beautiful day. Let's go for a wander.
Classic trigger, using good weather as the perfect reason for a relaxed, aimless stroll.
Can you wander through shops? He loves to go for a wander through the antique shops.
Definitely. Illustrates browsing old stores without a particular purchase in mind, just looking and enjoying the discovery.
And sometimes there's a gentle purpose behind it. She suggested they go for a wander after dinner to aid digestion.
Yeah. Connecting a relaxed walk to a perceived physical benefit, even if the main goal is just pleasant movement.
And going off the beaten path. To truly appreciate the forest, you need to go for a wander off the main trail.
Right. Exploring beyond the marked path to experience a place more fully, more deeply, requires a bit more adventurous wandering.
Or escaping something. He needed to go for a wander to escape the noise of the party.
Yeah, needing a quiet, relaxed walk specifically to get away from a loud or overwhelming environment. Seeking peace.
And the simple therapeutic effect you mentioned earlier. Sometimes a little wander is all you need to feel better.
It really highlights the mood-boosting power of even a short, aimless walk. Undirected movement as a simple pick-me-up or a way to process emotions.
Go for a wander really captures that feeling of relaxed, open-ended exploration perfectly.
It does. It's about curiosity meeting leisure. Whether you're in your own neighborhood, exploring familiar streets in a new way, or in a place you've never been before.
It's a beautiful phrase for describing that spontaneous, unhurried movement that allows you to connect with a place, or just simply enjoy the act of putting one foot in front of the other without a strict goal.
Well put. It's the joy of aimlessness.
Well, we've certainly taken a deep dive into these 6 fascinating and useful words and phrases today. Chill out, cobbled, diverse, take it easy, flourishing, and go for a wander.
And by exploring them through, all these different examples and discussing their particular nuances, hopefully you listening have a much clearer sense of the specific pictures and feelings they convey.
Yeah, they aren't just interchangeable words, are they? They each offer a unique lens, a different way to shade meaning.
Exactly. Understanding these subtleties can really empower you to describe your own experiences and observations more precisely, more vividly.
And just as importantly, maybe, it helps you understand the specific meaning and feeling behind what others are saying when they use these terms. It adds, like, fidelity to your communication.
Think about it, how much richer a description is when you say cobbled streets compared to just stone streets.
Oh, much richer.
Or how flourishing suggests so much more vitality than just saying something is growing or doing well.
Yeah, it's a whole different level of success. These words allow for a more nuanced and vivid expression.
So as you move through your day and your week, maybe keep an ear out or an eye out for these words. Listen for how people use chill out or take it easy in different situations.
Notice cobbled surfaces, maybe, and the feeling they evoke when you see them or walk on them.
Observe where you see things flourishing. Could be a plant, a local business, maybe even someone's confidence.
And notice diverse collections or groups around you.
Yeah.
And perhaps next time you have a moment, you might decide to just...
Go for a wander yourself.
Exactly. See where it takes you.
Language is really a constant invitation, isn't it? To notice the details of the world and our experience of it. These 6 words and phrases are just a few examples of how English gives us specific tools to capture those details more effectively.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive today. We hope you enjoyed exploring these linguistic tools and adventures with us.
Yeah, I hope it was useful.